What is this when I open my DoorDash app? What is that? Okay, I'm going to tell you what that is. It's the greatest invention on earth. Way back when DoorDash first opened, you had to send several messages and make several phone calls to DoorDash to tell them that you had an SUV or a van so that you could be nominated for DoorDash Drive catering orders. And if they didn't have the note that you had the appropriate vehicle to carry these large orders, then you were never nominated. So you worked really hard just to get to them so that they knew, so you could be nominated. This is another good reason for this, but that's not the main reason why they're doing this. As soon as you open the app, this thing will come up and it'll say car, make, model, year, color. Now, that means the car that you drive to deliver. And it also protects the restaurants and DoorDash if you are letting somebody else use your app to deliver on, or a different car or whatever. It tracks more of the driver now. But the main reason they do it is because there are a few stores, restaurants, that will recognize your vehicle when the order is sent to them, and they know that you're actually waiting for the food. And they know what order goes to your car, and it saves them time from running out and saying, okay, what's the name on your order? They already know. When you pull up, they already know. And you know, there's not going to be more than, 4 white Mercedes at one time at the pickup. So the probability of having a duplicate car with a duplicate color is going to be pretty rare. But it really helps those restaurants that are now offering that. They've learned that they can run more food out the door than they can to serve inside, especially during Corona, where they've cut down the occupancy levels due to the 6-foot rule. So there's so many people ordering, especially people that are sick from Corona. They can't leave the house. They're in quarantine and they got to eat, So you're really doing them a favor by dropping that food off. But that's what that's for. You got to fill that out. It's to your benefit. So I hope that you only drive one main car. But now if you are interested in doing the DoorDash Drive Cater, I would put my bigger car in there so that DoorDash has that, so that they'll be ready to nominate you for the DoorDash Cater Drive orders. So do that first. If you have a bigger car that you own, I would list that first. That's capable of that, so that's already in the computer and ready to go. So you can get nominated right away to do those cater orders. A lot of people love those cater orders. I'm just going to tell you, it takes a lot of time and it costs money to buy all the cater bags and all the supplies you're going to need. And, you're still going to use them for any other orders, because there's cater drive orders that go through the regular app, through the Dasher app, because they're not scheduled with any Dasher. Or they're real quick ones where they didn't have time to really put them up. And so they just run it through a regular Dasher. So the Dasher will pick the order up and it'll say, $5 in 25 items, or 15 items. And what that is, like cases of Chipotle stuff. And you have to have a big enough car, because what will happen is when you get to the store and they come out to the car to load the stuff in for you, like Chipotle, they'll come out with a big cart and they will load everything in for you. If your car is dirty, you have crap everywhere, you're leaving your baby in the car alone, anything weird that they don't like, and you're not dressed, decent, you look dressed like a bum and dirty, they're gonna go back in the store and go to the computer and push a button that says send another driver. And Chipotle, you don't have to have the hot bags and stuff because they put it in cases. So they just load the cases into your car. And make sure that you have a tarp or something to lay down, because if that stuff leaks, it's terrible to try to get food stains out of a vehicle. So you want to lay something down before they load those cases in. But you've got to be prepared when you show up. Other places don't have that. They just hand you a bunch of food, and it's going to be a leaking mess, and it's not packed right. And you need to make sure you have your hot and cold bags, and lots of them. I used 22 hot and cold bags and 2 coolers on a Mexican food order I had got that wasn't even a cater drive order. And it was like, oh my gosh, there was so much food. And it was like some church people meeting at a house for dinner. And this was out in Blue Water Bay, Florida. Really nice area. But there was so much stuff. I could not believe it. And it took so long for the restaurant to get the food ready because they sent me there way early, which DoorDash doesn't normally do. They're supposed to send it once the food's ready. But if the cook pushed the button on the order and said food ready when he started preparing it, that's what's going to screw you up. Because they're not supposed to push the food ready button until it's ready so that a driver can just swoop by and get it. Because that's the way DoorDash is designed. It is supposed to be where the driver can just run in and get it, and they don't need to wait. They just pick up the food and go, because that's how you make your money, is by doing multiple orders in an hour, not waiting 20 minutes or an hour or more to get the food, and then leave to go to the customer, and then try to unload all that stuff, whether the customer and their family helps you out or not. And then by the time you're done and get it clocked out, then you have to wait for another order. So you've lost a bunch of orders because of all that timeless mess. So make sure if you see this on your app to go ahead and fill that out right away. Do use your bigger car first. And if you change cars for some reason, you need to send in a support ticket, which is on the website. It'll say Dasher or customer or merchant, and you click the Dasher part on the DoorDash website, and then go in there and click on send a support ticket, and then type that out that I changed cars, and this is the car, make, model, and year, and the color, and eventually they'll get it changed. They take forever. Sometimes you have to send 2 or 3 of those. And even if you call them on the phone, they still don't get it right. But just keep sending it till somebody sends you a message back that they changed your account for you. So that's what that is. Do fill it out. It's really important. And it also helps for tracking thieves and stuff, because there's some crooked DoorDashers that steal people's packages and do weird things. That's another way of tracking people, because DoorDash you're not an employee of DoorDash. You are just an out-hire and outsource just to take a product from point A to point B. That's it. All you have to do is make sure that your delivery is complete, where you have all the items that are listed on the delivery before you pick it up and take it, because you're liable for all the merchandise that they have ordered. And you get in trouble for that. And the customer will rate you crappy for that. They'll even rate you crappy when the food's crappy. And we don't even cook the food. All we do is deliver it from point A to point B. So do fill it out. It's not just some weirdness. It's going to start coming up on everybody's app. Eventually, it takes time. The service is huge, and there's a ton of drivers across the United States and Canada. So it's going to take time. It might be a month before this comes up on your app. But do fill it out. It's to your benefit. Especially if you're interested in those big cater orders. Due to Corona, a lot of them are very rare, because, the authorities don't want big Corona parties or anything like that. And a lot of weddings are not being done anymore, and big events. But it could also be, an employee meeting, and it's, dinner. It could be just a family dinner. and a lot of kids there or whatever. But, you know, that's how you get on the DoorDash Drive Cater. Normally, there are lots and lots more of those orders. I used to see 4 a day every day, no matter what state I have worked in with DoorDash, as I work all over the states. But they're very rare now. Um, but that's what you need to do. Don't be scared. Just go ahead and enter that info so DoorDash has that on record. It is sent to the restaurant so that the restaurant knows the car. In the event that they're doing curbside service where they deliver to your car so that you can just go. Like I say, there's not a ton of restaurants doing that, but I imagine it'll get more and more because I think we're going to go into lockdown all across the United States again. And there's just going to be no in-house service. It'll all be curbside. So, this is a good, you know, jump on that gun. You know what I mean? So do fill that out. It's to your benefit. And I'll talk to you later. And we have over 450 vlogs for DoorDash on this very channel. If you want to subscribe today, you can do it for free today so that you get updated and you can view all those other vlogs on how to DoorDash or how to better your DoorDashing to make some serious, serious money. So I hope you have a great day. Talk to you later. Love to you. And may the money tree crash on your stage. Yes. And as always, make a new friend, do something kind for a stranger, and too much of a good thing is wonderful, and we'll take lots and lots of that. Love you. Have a great one.